From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth. Here, Tommy Max, of course, at my bar where everyone has a chance to have a seat, grab a drink, and tell their story. We got a cast of characters this time around, and we are going to talk some branding, some marketing, all surrounded by a certain rum brand called YOLO. Let's welcome in the panel. We'll get into it. Coach Campo is here. How are you, Coach?
I'm good, Tom.
Listen, you're the perfect guy to sit in the front row. You don't drink, and you don't drink rum, but you're gonna chime in no matter what.
Yeah, but I like talking and meeting people. So
That's
being
right.
here and also Nolan Carroll and his family.
That's right. That's the Carroll's family.
Played
business.
ball in the league, so
Yes,
I'm
sir.
excited about that brand, and it's a good-looking bottle.
So after a tough loss, not a drink, huh? Like, God, a tough loss, you lose by a point, overtime, you're not having a drink back in the coach's locker room?
Yeah, I
Beer?
just listen to a little music and move on.
And calm down. There you go. All right, Janine Hogan is here from Client Focus Media. Hey, Janine, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
You know the story pretty well about the Carrolls and their YOLO brand. They've got a couple different options here, and I know they're getting into other spirits as well. What stands out about YOLO for you, do you think?
Well, first of all, so I am not a rum drinker. I just never really appealed to me. Most of them have very distinct tastes that I never really enjoyed. We prefer in my house more of the bourbons.
Okay.
So when I tried this, I was absolutely blown away by how smooth and how there was so much flavor in it without having like the overhaul of the sugar taste that rum sometimes
Correct.
brings, or that after bite that's a little too spicy. So I just really recognized how smooth it was. It had a buttery taste, really, really smooth going down. Just overall, this would make me ditch the bourbon and switch to the rum.
It almost has a bourbon taste to a certain degree, don't you think?
Absolutely, and if you like to sip on a bourbon, you can drink this the exact same way.
Yeah.
Put it in a little, sniffer.
Sippy cup.
Yeah, and you can just enjoy it. It's a really good product.
Yeah, we like it, no doubt about it. Greg Kirkman's back. Wells Digital Media. How are you, my friend, from Utah?
So
you guys
great.
drink rum in Utah? Is it,
Barely.
is it festive? Heard a shot?
They barely let it through the state lines, so it's fine.
I love it. I love it. I know you're new to seeing this product, but I know as a digital marketer, man, your mind must be racing.
Absolutely, yeah. So
How would you market this brand? What would you think?
yeah, so with all of the restrictions around digital ads, you've got Facebook, you've got Twitter, well, X now, whatever they're calling it now. You've got so many restrictions around it that you can't run necessarily traditional ads.
Yep.
So I would probably lean further into, quite frankly, the SEO, lean into some of the strategic relationships and things like that. Some influencers.
I feel like, and Nick, great to have you, my friend. Welcome back to the show. How are you, my
Thanks
brother?
for having me.
I feel like with YOLO, like you only live once, so it should be all uplifting and powerful. And let's go have a good time and sip on some YOLO rum. Are you a rum drinker, by the way?
I do like rum.
Yeah.
I got some Irish blood, so whiskey's usually
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
the priority. But no, this is, like Janine was saying, this is smooth. This is definitely different than like rums that I'm accustomed to.
Yep.
And on the flip side of Coach, sometimes after those tough losses like this does kind of help settle the nerves.
Just a little.
I'm missing out, huh?
It might be the blood. Yeah, it might be a little bit.
Yeah.
I heard
my
you like
blood.
sweets. What about rum cake?
Oh,
there you go.
we get a little bit of that rum taste.
Too far.
Speaking of
too
branding,
far.
I mean, you worked for one of the biggest brands
Absolutely.
in the history of the world, the Dallas Cowboys. Talk about that.
I think the biggest thing about branding is, number one, it has to be good.
Yep.
And number two, you have to get it out there, no matter how you do it. And
Yep.
this show is one way.
Yep.
There's a lot of different ways in my mind that you can get it into people's minds and into
Yep.
their hands and into their mouth.
When you think of rum, you think of party, right? You're thinking festive. You're thinking, I don't know, you're out on the beach. There's music playing. Maybe it's a frozen cocktail. Maybe you're just sipping on a cocktail, whatever it may be.
You're having a good time.
And you only live once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I love it. You should be a marketing
I
director
like
for
it.
that.
I like it. Now, I haven't tasted the silver yet. Do you know the difference between the two?
The silver is really great for things like mojitos. It's more of a mixer.
Yep.
So, whereas the gold you can really just sip nice and slow, this is going to be a little bit more fun. You can do great recipes with it.
Yep.
Great for summer. put it on ice, add some juice, and
Yeah, a little
you're good
juice
to go.
in there, yeah.
What I will tell you is,
Gin and juice.
one of the things that I love about this, and one of the reasons why I usually stay away from a rum personally, is because it's the way I always understood it. It's higher in sugar.
Right.
This, the way that they process this,
right.
it is so unique. It has no sugar.
Yeah.
And from what I've been learning about this brand, one of the ways that they communicate it is you will not get a hangover. The hangovers come from the sugar.
The sugar, without a
So
doubt.
I'm like, well, this is a great, healthier alternative. Anybody who's more health-minded, wellness-minded, athlete,
Gluten-free too, I think, right?
gluten-free, all the frees, it's right up there for the health-minded or the athlete who wants to really take care of your body.
Digital marketer over here from Utah flew in. So content is great, right? So I just thought about like how you could do a little commercial for YOLO. But then taking that organic content and getting it out there to the right spots is the trick, right?
Yeah.
Is it all algorithms? I mean, is that like, when you're trying to digitally market something, is it all the algorithms? Is that what it comes down to?
The algorithms definitely help, but I would probably say even the social sharing, right?
Yeah.
If your friend shares with you their experience with YOLO, right? And they've drank it. You say you follow influencers or anything like that, and you see that brand, then you're going to sell more through familiarization, right? It's just going to have more of an effect on the psychological aspect.
You always hear about brand like when the fire gets lit. You know what I mean? And sometimes you don't know when it's going to happen, but you better be consistent with your message.
Absolutely.
Consistent getting it out there, consistent with the taste of the brand for sure.
That's right.
All right. Well, hey, cheers to YOLO rum, huh? How about it? Coach, you can virtually cheers. How about that?
That's not my water.
Cheers to y'all out there. Hey, make sure you check out their great profiles. Check out YOLO Rum as well. They're a big part of the family here at Client Focus Media and on The Horse's Mouth. Make sure you go to the dailynewsnetwork.com website for conversations like these and many, many others. So until next time, stay safe and be cool. And cheers. Do it safely out there, all right? We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The coach should be going to bed at night thinking about the athlete and how they're going to help that athlete improve. They shouldn't be worrying about how am I going to quantify their improvement, or am I going to have to keep up with all this information? Those things that are kind of background to the coach focusing there on the athlete. And so what Dasher does is it takes all those side things away, allowing the coach to focus then on the athlete.